Can you kind of walk us through that 46-yard pass that you and Drew connected on? Kind of what was the look there?
Drew checked the play at the line of scrimmage, and once he checked it, I was just trying to get on top of the defender. I'm not sure what drawed his eyes back to Drew or what Drew did behind the line of scrimmage, but he kind of sloughed off a little bit, and I guess he thought the play was over, and I just kept running my route, and Drew was able to hit me in stride right down the sideline.
Played in the dome when it's been rocking before. What was it like playing in here today?
It was eerie, man. It was definitely uncharacteristic for sure. It was very different. You could hear a lot. The music wasn't loud enough. The crowd noise, we feel like, wasn't loud enough. And you definitely had to bring your own energy, which was different. You know, our fans fuel us, and people, they get us going in those stands through their encouragement and making noise. And it was just a day where you had to bring your own juice, bring your own energy. We did the best we could to try to hype each other up and keep each other going on the sideline.
Just the importance of coming up big on third down.
You know, it's especially close once you get to the red zone. Third down is so important because, you know, you want to stay on the field and you want to keep driving. So it was a lot of looks where we weren't expecting some of the ones that they were giving us. Like, I think the first third down, they just played like a cover 4 deep zone, and he checked it down to me, and then on the next one they did kind of the same thing. They just zoned it off. I sat in the zone and was able to pick up the third down in the red zone. So third down is an important down for us. It keeps the chains moving and it keeps us going. So you just always got to be there for number 9 when he's ready for you.
Like for you to see him be as productive and as 100%, which he wasn't last year.
Man, it's awesome, especially coming off of the week that he had. I think he definitely deserves it. I think he shows why he's one of the best backs in the league, and he was just out there flying around all day, especially towards the end of the game. He caught the one up the sideline and was able to kind of get us down to the 5. So it was huge, and he's a huge asset for us. And just, you know, ball movement, keeping ball movement, just because he's so versatile. You can move him around. He can do so many things. So it was good to see him get going. And it should have been 3 touchdowns, but I won't hold him to that. Even pretty much the whole game, we were on the sideline talking about how different it was, even up until after the game when we weren't sure if we could even shake hands with him or even walk across the field and talk to him. But, you know, you just got to stay in your groove. But everything from the start to finish was weird. The only crowd noise we had was some of our inactive players that were in the stands that were cheering so loud. And I think they did a great job of bringing energy themselves. But it definitely felt a little off. And like I said before, you just got to bring your own energy. You got to bring your own juice.
We just get hyped. You know, we have to bring our own energy today. We don't have fans. You know, we love to have our fans up there, but we have to bring our own energy. So that's really what our sideline was doing. And we also had our inactive players up in the stands giving us some juice too. So we have to bring as much energy as we could today. And that's what we did on the sideline.
Next question is from Doug Mouton.
Yeah, hey, Marcus, from your vantage point, how good were Marshawn and Janoris on the outsides today?
They lock up each and every play. They take it one play at a time. And being a safety back there, you know, I don't have to worry about much, especially when they're locking up each and every play. And just having those 2 guys on the outside lane just gives me time to roam back there and do my job. And they do their job with no worries because that's just what they do.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Hey Marcus, what did you see from your perspective on Janoris Jenkins' pick 6?
That's what he does. He's 10th all time in pick 6s now, so that's just what he does. He's a ball hawk. He makes plays, go get it. The ball's in his hands, he's going to get to the end zone.
You can go ahead, Amy.
That was my question. Sorry.
All right, I'll ask another if nobody's got. Okay, Rod's got one.
Go ahead, Rod.
Hey, Marcus, when you got that interception, you know, you all ran down and took the photo. What was it like with no fans out there doing that?
I mean, we do this all the time, whether it's in practice or it's the game. We're going to keep that same energy. We're going to keep that same momentum. And that's just what we do. We created the takeaway, take a picture on the sideline thing. So today we just continue to do it, bring our own energy. That just gets everybody hyped. Get an interception, go down to the end zone and take a picture.
How nice is it just to have that behind you now and just focus on football?
Man, it's great. A lot going on behind that. It's just definitely blessed to be in this organization. Thanks to Mickey and the whole crew, Kai and all those guys that work behind the scenes and get it done. Sean, and I'm here, thankfully. So I'm definitely excited, definitely happy.
Next question is from Nick Underhill.
You guys fought through it, and you guys, obviously scored the points you needed. But what were some of the things that they were doing that made it tough? It kind of seemed like it was kind of a struggle for a while and just sticking in there.
I don't think they weren't really doing too much. I think we just started a little slow. Had to get going, kind of get into a flow. It's the first game, so I'm sure we'll look at the film and see some things that we could have done better. But I don't think they did too much to really deter us from what we wanted to do. It was just kind of getting in our own flow.
Next question is from Amy Just.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns for you today, a third depending on who you ask. How did you feel out there today, just especially with how last season went for you?
Man, I'm healthy, so I felt pretty good. Like I said, a little bit of a slow start, but we got going and we were able to put some points out there and get some big plays. So we're feeling good. Just happy to be back.
Next question is from Doug Mouton.
Yeah. Hey, Alvin, Sean Payton said that his own play calling was awful. That's what he said. Did the weirdness of all the offseason, no preseason, just all the, you think that played a role in just not finding the rhythm today?
I think it could be that. That's what like I said, I don't think they did anything to really stop us. I think we just had to kind of find our flow and get in the rhythm. So it's the first week. I think next week will be better.
Okay, last question is from Amy Just.
Yeah, Drew connected with Jared Cook for 45-plus yard pass. I guess, what did you see on that, and how did that help y'all gain some motivation?
Man, I mean, it's a big play. Jared makes plays when he's asked to make plays, and I mean, Drew's on the money. So just being able to get that big splash play put us in some good position.
We knew they hadn't ran it all game. And as we were watching film earlier during the week, we noticed that they like to run it. And me and Lat was on the sideline talking to each other, telling each other what finna come out the second half. And on the second half of the first drive, that's what they did. Ran double outs.
Next question is from.
That's not my first interception off him. It's the honor. It's just I seen the play and I made it.
Was it noticed?
That was a Tampa play. Some Tampa ran a lot last year. Speed outs, and we just knew that they were gonna add it in the second half, and that's what they did. Coming out on the first drive, and I just read it and broke on it.
About anticipation, right?
Anticipation, communication, knowing what came early in the game and what's coming late in the game. You got to know that when playing defensive back. And me and Lat, we very experienced. We talked about it and communicated it on the sideline, and it came.
Down.
Okay, guys, if you have a question for Margus, go ahead and put it in the chat.
From the practice squad and then to make a big play like that.
It felt awesome. I mean, great week of preparation. Just had to get the first little jitters out, starting off the game, and it was kind of smooth sailing after that.
Next question is from Luke Johnson.
Is that exactly what you anticipated, Margus? Is coming in and getting a block kick, since that's kind of appears to be your thing?
I don't know if I anticipated it, but since there wasn't the preseason, that kind of unit, field goal block kind of unit, is hard to replicate in practice. So we just had to put everything out there that we had, and we came out with with a block field goal.
Next one's from Doug Mouton.
Hey, how would you describe the atmosphere on the sideline in the stadium, all of it?
It's very different from my previous trips to the Dome. So I mean, it's just we have to create the energy and we have to bring the energy, you know, and we just have to encourage each other along and keep pushing each other, and you know, great things happen.
Next question is from Amy Just.
Yeah, sorry, back to your block. The one of the angles that we saw, it made it look like the ball hit you in the face. Did it actually hit you in the face, or did it hit you in the arm?
I don't know if you can see. It's a bruise. So